and retweets.
I guess I don't need to say anything else because it's just already tweeted out.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I guess we can also share like a YouTube link. Or do we?
Oh, like in the response.
YouTube, YouTube mirror. I'm streaming live. Actually, you know what? That's I'm just gonna quote this. I'm I'm streaming live with Thor Web Dev. Oh, and YouTube mirror. Right. Cool. I think that's what we are. Okay. So yeah, I think we're ready to start.
Sounds good.
Cool. So yeah, this is our first live stream. Hopefully one of three plans. And yeah, welcome to I guess our first collaboration live stream.
Should we stop sharing the screen for now? It looks a bit wonky.
It does look a little bit wonky. This is, by the way, this is called the Drost effect. I always like sharing that term, DROSTE effect. This is when picture in picture in picture. Yeah. So
awesome.
Random bits of info. Cool. Should we do a bit of self intro for whoever is coming along and is new to us?
Sounds good.
Well, okay. Well, do you want to get started first?
I can start. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Thor. I'm a developer advocate at Stripe. At Stripe, we do payments infrastructure for developers, and specifically in the developer relations team, my team. Yeah, we build demos, write content online. We have Stripe samples, a GitHub organization for different use cases, and yeah, we also love to do collaborations like this with very excited AWS Amplify. I think there's a lot to learn for me personally, which I like. And yeah, I think that's it from me. Sean, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, cool. I'm Sean. I'm also known as Swix on the internet. That's just my initials. Easier to remember and it sticks out a little bit. I just joined AWS, I think, a couple of months ago as a developer advocate. So I'm also kind of learning the stack as I go along, but I'm very excited about it, mainly because I've mostly been a front end developer for my past few jobs. And I think AWS has always been this like behemoth that's like very complicated and like far out of reach for me. But I know it scales very well, right? That's the one thing that I know. And so, you know, when I heard about AWS Amplify, I was pretty keen because this is like the first service that's actually meant for front end engineers to get sort of more full stacky. And I think that's something that I've been learning about serverless in general, that once you can do a lot of the front end stuff and then you can piece together some backend functionality, you can actually do a lot. And so I think that's a lot about what you're excited about, what I'm excited about. And yeah, I think we should try to push the limits. We can't do everything, but I think we can do a lot. And I think it's kind of weird. Like Stripe is, you know, doing the payments infrastructure. AWS kind of does like the backend infra for, you know, basically like, you know, instead of having your own data centers, you use the public cloud, and that's essentially what, you know, this whole cloud movement is about. But then, you know, on top of that, we have a layer on top of AWS just for the front end serverless people, and I think that's where I get really excited, and that's where I have some value add as well. So pretty keen about that.
Yeah, and I think regarding the sort of the e-commerce use case, I think it's great because there are so many pieces in building an e-commerce system that are just generally useful for other applications. So, you know, we're going to specifically look at authentication, at data persistence, backend APIs, and then, you know, payments processing inventory management we're going to look at a little bit, images, hosting and optimizing images and things like that. And so that's why kind of the e-commerce use case is a nice one, because there are so many different components and bits and pieces that are just generally useful.
Right. And actually, one of the things I was thinking about when we were planning this stream was, why not use Shopify, right? And I think the reason is, like, Shopify is great if you want to do if you want to make a e-commerce store, but I think we're using this as a case study to give you all the general building blocks where you can build all the other stuff, right? Like, it's just like we're applying these building blocks to this e-commerce use case, but you can repurpose it for other things. So I think that's kind of what we're going for. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to build, if you want to sell stuff online, Shopify and others are fantastic solutions. And many of them use Stripe. So, it doesn't really matter to us, but, the more developers can build their own things and can customize things. And I think it's also the joy and the craft, just, I have like a little sticker store that is just hosted on Netlify, and I built that in like one night, and it was just good fun, So
it's thorsticker.store. I didn't know store was a TLD. I'm gonna put it up as a banner. I was
quite happy to.
Oh, oops, that's wrong.
Have gotten that.
You just buy it off of Google Domains? Is that what it is?
I do have like a GoDaddy account from back in the day, so that's where all my things are. But it was pretty cool. I actually wrote a blog post about how I built it. It's somewhere on DevTO. Unfortunately, I realize I can't post comments. It's probably because I'm not logged into the StreamYard thing. So
you can't post comments?
Yes.
Oh, but you have private chats.
I can do private chat, but I can't do.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you chat it to me? I'll post it in the comments if people want to see.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
But I just love the hammer. It's so cute. Yeah. Have you always gone by Thor, or is it just because of the recent Marvel movies?
No, I mean, my full name is Thorsten. Which actually means Thor's stone. So the stone that is on top of the hammer.
Yeah.
This is kind of a northern German Scandinavian name, but yeah.
Okay. All right, sweet. I don't see it coming through yet, but
I haven't found it myself yet.
Oh, cool.
SEO.
Yeah. So for whoever else is tuning in, we have we're just about to get started. So the format of this is basically kind of an unrehearsed live stream. I rehearsed a little bit before, but mostly unrehearsed, especially pair programming between us. I'm representing the AWS side. Thor is on the Stripe side. We're both kind of familiar with the JS web ecosystem. We're going to be using Gatsby today, and the idea is like same time every week for 3 weeks, and we'll see how far we can get. We have a rough plan, and it's kind of based on the sort of JAMstack Ecommerce repo. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Hey, Rob. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna shout you out in in the video and not comment too much. But yeah, so that was so this is the let me just put up the banner for the repo that we're gonna use. Why am I showing a ticker? Hang on. I got to change this. Okay, yeah, there it is. So this is the example repo that we're going to use, JAMstack Ecommerce. And essentially what we're going to do is we'll take a Gatsby site that doesn't have any backend. We'll incrementally just like add a backend to it. We're going to be using VS Code live share to pair program. And then we're going to be adding the authentication stuff today. And I think what else? I'm kind of blanking right now. Yeah, and then just like integrate it all the way to the client. Is there anything else I missed?
No, I think today we want to focus on authentication, and we can see how far we get. Maybe we can get a start already on the database stuff. But yeah, let's focus on authentication, user roles, and yeah, maybe we just clone down um, the Gatsby repo and just spin that up and kind of look at the different bits and pieces. There's kind of the inventory provider,
All
which
right.
is pretty crucial, and the admin root, and kind of yeah, maybe do that.
Cool. So I'm gonna do a live share. Right? I'm gonna share my screen. I hope I do this right because we are very unrehearsed. Okay, so what we have here is I've just cloned down the repo and installed dependencies. Is this? Can you see this well? You
Yeah.
can, right? I'm always mindful of like my pet peeve is that when people live stream or they do talks, they don't zoom in enough because sometimes people are watching on their phones, and it's not that pleasant to see a very small screen.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you
at least
can
that's my
make the
justification.
left nav a little smaller.
Can I do that like that?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So this is a pretty standard. This is what you get when you clone that GitHub repo. So I'm just gonna where's that GitHub repo? GRV. I do have a lot of aliases. Anyway, so this is the JAMstack Ecommerce repo, and this is kind of what we get when we put up a when we're going to be done. It's like a full e-commerce site, very nice and clean design, but with a full admin panel backend as well. So we're managing the entire full stack of it, and it's all going to be fun and serverless. Cool. So how do you normally navigate a Gatsby project?
It's a good question. Actually, so one thing, can you click hide on the little note at the bottom?
On
It's
the little
just,
note.
yeah,
Oh, you
not
can see
subject. Yeah.
that note. Ooh,
Yes.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. There's a couple of components. I love Gatsby, but I definitely am not the biggest expert. So there's a couple of JavaScript things like the Gatsby Node.js and Gatsby Browser.js, and I think these are relevant during the build step thing. And so we're going to get to that later, where I think what we do is at the build step, we actually pull in inventory and image data and things like that.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of stuff we need to do in there. Actually, not sure what the Gatsby node, does that just mean ES module?
Yeah, I think it's just compiled over here because this is not ESM. So you require ESM here, and then you write everything else as ESM over here.
Gotcha.
So it's just like a mirror,
Yeah.
just so you can write ESM syntax.
Yeah.
I was complaining about it this morning, so this is very very live to me. Yeah, so we're not gonna we don't need to be Gatsby experts, but essentially, it's like a static site rendering framework for that uses React and promises very high performance out of the box, which is something that we like to encourage in the Jamstack ecosystem. Cool. Is that, you know what? Okay, so I've installed all dependencies. I'm actually just going to run this because I think
Yeah,
you can
let's
you
do
can
that.
just run this out of the box. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit my background with Gatsby. I actually started exploring the Jamstack ecosystem when I was coming out of boot camp, and I actually worked as a contractor for them for a while. So the
Oh, nice.
Gatsby showcase, I made that, and that was a really really fun project to work on. So yeah, I mean, I yeah, Gatsby is like a really good framework for just data driven stuff. Like they use, it's pretty controversial to use GraphQL to do your data layer, but I mean the ecosystem has really responded very well to that kind of thing. All right, so yeah, so this is the site that you get out of the box with this project. There's just some dummy, info. We're going to be replacing all of this eventually. So instead of sofas, I think we're going to be selling surfboards. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that sounds good. I think everyone could use some surfboards nowadays. Maybe to give people some context, we're actually both in Singapore at the moment, which is funny because it's like after midnight for us, but we're we're both night owls, and so
Yeah.
um,
I'm also kind of working the US hours, I guess, just because all my team members are there. But yeah, I mean, also just like it looks nice when you look at it. So
it's
I was
true.
just thinking of like what's a nice picture that we can put up here that's not sofas. So
Sounds good.
so
Yeah, and I think maybe what we can show is the way the inventory works today. If we look at the inventory provider, it's just I
so
think in
Uh,
yeah.
for people
Go on.
using VS Code, actually, so one tip that I've recently gotten really into the habit of is I press Command P, and then I type in whatever I want, like so inventory provider you said, and it
Yeah,
just shows up there. So I don't even have to look through the file system. So that's really nice for me.
that's
Um,
true.
yeah, I see you there. Okay, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so here, what we can see is that we're importing inventory from dot inventory. So, and when you click on inventory, it's actually just oh, it's not a JSON. Well, it's a JavaScript that exports a big array. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. All hard
S
coded.
Yeah. So fairly static hard coded at the moment. But if you look into the inventory provider, you can actually see kind of the type, the shape of sort of the product object that we need. And later on, we're going to move that into the database with, oh yeah, I think it's already here, api.get API URL. So it's already hinting at that.
Yeah, I changed the theme to try to get the comments to stand out more because I feel like the comments are very faded and not very accessible. But I cannot. I don't think it works very well.
Well, you changed the theme to,
Yeah, I went back to Night Owl. This is
yeah.
as far as good as we can get, but it's kind of dark. Hopefully, you can see it if you're on the stream. Cool. Yeah. So we're gonna basically swap this out for a real API call eventually.
Exactly. And I think then the other thing we want to look at is if we go back to the running project,
Mm-hmm.
there is an admin root, so slash, I
Yep,
think it's
down
just
here.
slash admin. Yep. Exactly. And so we have login as well as a sign up. I think that's pretty standard. Now,
I think this is this is implemented with local state, so it doesn't actually persist, right? Something like that.
oh, is it? Yeah, that could be it.
We haven't implemented any of this yet.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think you can. Can you actually log in now?
I'm trying in right now. Oh yeah, hey.
Yeah. Wow,
So this is
Nader.
what the backend.
Good job.
So this is the admin backend that we have, but it's all fake. It's all local state. Like if I refresh, it's just gonna go away.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we can edit as well. Ooh, look at that.
But will it? It won't persist, right?
It'll persist in memory, and then if I don't know if I go back, maybe it'll still be there. Nope, it's all gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, right? Like, I mean, the Nader's idea with this project was very much to have a kind of a back-end agnostic
Yeah,
implementation for the front end.
yeah.
And yeah, I think he's done that pretty well.
Wow, we got a bunch to implement, especially with the checkout stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I really want to add coupons because I've been on this coupon craze. Like people like discounts, you know. All right, is there that's a project overview? Anything else that you wanted to shout out?
No, I mean, we can look at maybe the admin page.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's in source pages admin. That's
Apple
it.
P, man,
And
Command P.
that's it. And we can see that there's a bunch of sign up. So yeah, this set state. So I think it's just local state at the moment. So these are kind of the things we need to implement with. I think we're using Cognito, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Cognito, for those who aren't aware, is the auth service, authentication service that AWS uses throughout the entire service. So once you use that, it kind of integrates very well with all the other services. It's not the only thing that you can use. You can use third-party services like Auth0 and Okta, but definitely Cognito is kind of first class because it's part of the overall group, and it's got very, very fine grained controls for enterprise needs, which I only appreciate once I start to understand and talk to some of those customers, because for most people, when they're hacking by yourself, you just need like username, email, and that's it. But then when you get into like the fine grained role based stuff, that's where it gets really tricky, especially like if you need like audit logs and stuff like that. Cognito comes up with all of that out of the box, so that's pretty cool.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I don't know very much about Cognito, so excited to learn.
So me neither. I actually have been collecting a bunch of resources. So this is my second brain for AWS, right? Everything I'm learning, I'm putting it in this public Notion page.
Nice.
And so I have every category here, and then I have Auth, so I have Cognito, and then I have these are like the things that people kind of point out as useful for Cognito stuff. So this is kind of like the big like intro to AWS Cognito post. It's a little bit out of date by now, but it really kind of gives you that overall introduction that if you don't like reading AWS docs, then read some good blog posts. And I think we need a bunch of different ways to reach different kinds of people. So I like collecting stuff like this. Let me actually just post this. Let me post this in StreamYard so that so that people can actually see. Cool. Anything else?
No,
yeah. So basically, what we'll be doing today is going through and implementing a bunch of these, right? Sign up, confirm sign up, sign in, sign out, and I will probably need some help. So that's where you come in. Yeah. Shall we get started?
Let's do it. Yeah. So I think we need to initialize the Amplify project.
Right.
And I think the way it is structured is it basically just plugs into the root of your front-end project. Is that correct?
Yes. So I'm at the root right now. And then I have the Amplify CLI installed. I'm on version 4.24. And you can look at the docs for installation instructions, but it's like npm i-g amplify CLI or something like that. I'm doing a terrible job with this because I don't remember if this is the right one, but you can look up the docs. Yeah, so Amplify init is kind of how we start all projects, and that basically walks you through a bunch of prompts to set up your project on the back end. So we're going to call it JAMstack Ecommerce. Basically, a lot of times you can just hit enter because they auto detect the settings, but they let you adjust if you need to. We're using VS Code. It is a JavaScript app. So Amplify also caters to mobile apps like iOS and Android, which is very exciting. Actually, we might want to have Kyle, my coworker, on to talk about the mobile native stuff. We're working on a React project, so it just detects all this by just scanning the package JSON, and then we just like default values for all of this because it's pretty standard in the JS ecosystem. So Amplify actually takes all this configuration and translates it to CloudFormation, which is the language that Amplify has to programmatically set up all the resources that we're going to need. We are going to use an AWS profile, which is just the default. This is what you set up when you sign up, when you set up your account and set up the CLI. Essentially, just like different profiles responding to different user needs and user roles and stuff like that. So for me, because I don't work in like a company of multiple teams, like I just use one single profile. And that's good enough for me. But different people might need different things. So yeah, should I explain what's going on here?
Sure. Yeah.
So essentially, like whenever we want to set up an Amplify project, we have to spin up all the resources that are needed. Essentially, it's S3 IAM CloudFormation, and these are just like where we're going to host all that data. We're going to end up hosting our site there as well and serve out of S3 buckets. But we can also spin up like API gateway serverless functions, as well as DynamoDB for databases and all sorts of other goodies that are being provided. So yeah, that's already there, and we can actually see an example of this. I think I may have to log in. I forgot to log in before this. So if we run Amplify console, we can actually see this on in terms of the UI on the Amazon console. We don't actually need so this is actually the employee login. So let me just do a quick employee login. 1 second. Fortunately, this is live stream friendly, so you don't have to see any of this.
Nice.
But you get to peek behind the scenes of how employees use AWS. It's just so that we have cost controls and stuff like that. I should have logged in before the live stream. That's one for the the books, the playbook.
The playbook, okay. Yes.
I actually have. Did you know that you can pin these services? So I have Amplify, I have AppSync, I have I think it's S3, and then this is DynamoDB. Yeah, this is just the icons, but you can actually just use like text, and then you could shortcuts. Because there's so many, and people know that like if you are the largest cloud on earth, like yeah, okay, cool. So this is the thing that we just set up. So this is the JAMstack Ecommerce project. We're in the dev environment. We can create a different prod environment and play that separately. But yeah, this is already it's already set up for us. We don't actually have any Auth setup or API or file storage. We don't need analytics yet. Well, we can add it later on. And then we don't have any functions set up. So we're going to be basically setting up all of these things as we kind of go along. Cool. Sound good?
Sounds good.
What's next? Should we add Auth?
Yes.
Cool. So one way to figure out where you are at is you can always run Amplify status, which is like kind of like the LS of Amplify, to see what you have set up. So right now we don't have anything set up because we just did the init, but we can run a bunch of other things. So I think let's see if we can actually do this. So we can run the Amplify add thing, and then there's this concept of categories, right? So the idea being that this is very sort of user-focused reorganization of AWS. Like instead of saying, okay, I want Cognito, you are allowed to say like, okay, I want authentication, and then it gives you a list of like, these are the authentication services that we have. Or it's like, okay, I want storage, and then these are all the storage services that you have. So it's more like, what are you trying to do? And then we'll give you the solutions that are suited for that use case. That's the idea, at least. So yeah, that's so we're gonna add Amplify.
Actually, have a question in the
go ahead.
channel, which is can you share your Notion?
Oh,
is that public?
Yeah, it is. Nice. I don't do a very good job of self-promotion. Okay, so this is okay. So Notion. Boom. Yeah, it's comment only, so you can see, but you can't. I think you can comment. I'm not sure. Just don't spam me too much. But Notion's free, so why not, right? But yeah, those are just my public notes. All right, so back to this. We did Amplify add Auth. Currently, we've configured Cognito. We can configure other stuff, but we're just gonna go ahead with Cognito. I'm gonna go with default configuration. We're just gonna use a username sign-in method. We're going to want to make additional changes though, because one of the things that we want to do is we want to have normal users and then we want to have admin users, right?
Correct.
So let's do this.
Actually, we have like a big banner on the screen. I don't know if that accidentally.
Oh crap. That's my bad. No, I clicked the. Oh, okay. If you click any comment here, it actually persists onto the.
That's pretty cool.
StreamYard is so good. I think this is gonna be a StreamYard advertisement. Okay, so we only want to use email, but we can also include all these other pieces of information as well on their Cognito data. But the main thing we want to do is actually to add user to group. So on sign up, if they're in a certain allow list, then we'll add them to the admins group, and then the admins will be able to log into the admin panel. So we'll just call this admin. And that uses, that spins up a Lambda function to validate the admin. So yes, we'll actually edit the Lambda function. So this is the group that we're that we can apply all sorts of custom logic to it. I think I'm just going to copy and paste this, or do you have any other ideas for what to do here?
Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. I think the way Nader did this here is, basically a list of admin emails. And so when someone signs up, we identify them via their email if they are an admin, and then we set the user group based on that, I believe.
Right. So right now, this function runs on every single new user sign up, but we don't actually want them to add admin user to group here. We actually want to kind of gate it on a certain allowed custom logic list. So I think all we need to do is just declare this like is admin thing, and then we'll just put all the other stuff inside of an is admin if statement, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's what he's doing here. I'm wondering if I should just copy and paste the whole thing. I think that makes sense. I'll just copy and paste the whole thing.
Yeah, and then we can look at the diff maybe.
Right.
Or do we have a diff? We probably don't have a diff.
I mean, let's see.
Because it was a newly generated file, right?
Well, I haven't saved it yet. So yeah, you're right that it's a newly generated file. Actually, hang on. No, so it's been saved. So we'll just say about to add auth. Right? And then we'll paste it in, save, right? And then I'll be able to say git diff.
Exactly, yeah.
Sweet. So let's see what we have here.
Or you can have the diff view of VS Code, right? Maybe it's that.
What's that?
Is that nicer? You know where you see the one on the left?
Yeah, okay. That is nicer.
That's a side.
I'm so used to the command line.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so yeah, we've added the allow list. We have it is admin sort of logic, and it basically just says if it's in the allow list, if the user attributes email is in the allow list, then we'll say is admin true, and then we'll only run all this logic if is admin is true. If not, we'll just say we're not going to sign you up for the admin group.
And I think process.env.group, is that just admin, what we specified in the CLI?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you can see the process.env here, not to get too crazy, but because you have a lot of control over where you set up. So inside of the CloudFormation is actually setting up that process.env.group, and it's just hard coded because that's not secret information.
Cool.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I mean, I think that's plain enough, right? There's nothing else to analyze.
Yeah.
This is just like a restatement of the exact same. I don't know. Okay, all right. That's good enough for me. So I can save it. All right, so what's next? We're back to here. I don't need this anymore. Okay, so that means we're still in that amplify add auth phase, but we've set up a lot. We set up the sign up by username. We required an email sign up, and based on the email, we're gonna add users to the admin group, and then we're gonna hit enter, and I think we're done for adding auth. So this only adds it locally. So for example, if I run Amplify status right now, zoom in. You see, so does it make sense that there are two resources that have been spun up?
Yeah, the Lambda function and the auth.
Right. So this function runs after someone has signed in post confirmation. So that's an interesting nuance. Like I didn't choose post confirmation here, but it just it just made the decision. It makes sense, right? Like you don't want to so there's like a multiple stages of sign up, right? They sign up, then they have to confirm their email, and then once they confirm their email, then we let them in, right? So it's kind of the life cycle, I think. Cool. What's next? Let's see.
I think now we need the client side of things.
Right. I'm gonna push this out first. So this is only local. So I'm gonna also do Amplify push. So you always have to periodically, like whenever you make a change locally, you have to sync it up to the backend, right? Because otherwise, there's no authentication here still. It's not aware that we've provided this. So we're gonna do Amplify push. Yeah, let's do the client side. So the client side actually needs some libraries. I think we have to do npm install AWS, or actually it's yarn add AWS Amplify, right? That's the client library. So that's the client library for Amplify. And I did not install it inside of here earlier. Okay, so where does it go?
And I think so. The Gatsby browser.js file.
Right.
That's where we need to import it, and then we also need to import the AWS exports. Maybe we can take a look at that file.
So AWS exports is auto-generated whenever you do Amplify init, and it auto-generates it inside of your source directory. So everything, this is just like static data that is required by the library to work. So it's not secure. It's publicly available information. That's why you can expose it in the browser. But first, what you're saying here is we need to do import Amplify. Oh wow. I have an extension here that is supposed to work, but it doesn't work right now.
Oh.
So I have a snippets extension.
Oh yeah, I saw your post.
Because I'm so lazy.
That's great.
Amplify snippet. Did I uninstall it for some reason? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have this Swix Amplify VS Code snippets. For some reason, it's not. Maybe because I'm doing live share, it's not doing that.
Yeah, the live share can mess up. Maybe because I don't have the extension.
That would be kind of weird. Okay, so anyway, I know where to look it up. Let's go look it up like normal people. Okay. So it's inside the docs, CLI. So there's, Amplify is a combination of a few different things, right? There's the libraries, there's UI components, and the CLI. We've been using the CLI, but now we're actually going to use the libraries, and we'll have to set up some config. I think actually we need to use just to configure all of it. We actually need to set up the where is that? This one. So we need to import these things. Here. Okay, so we'll import like that main export, and then we'll say amplify.configure AWS exports. And this exports file is actually what's going on inside of here, which is this static data that's going to be filled up with like the S3 bucket, the authentication data, whatever else is needed. So we actually need to update this to source/exports because we're inside of Gatsby browser. What's the way that you explain Gatsby browser?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it just any sort of browser APIs?
Well, I guess it's browser APIs, but it's mainly because like Gatsby runs your code, anything inside of source. Gatsby runs your code twice, right? Once for server-side rendering, and then once again for browser, client-side rendering. So anything inside of here is run twice, but it has to be safe for server-side rendering, right? And we don't actually need any of this inside of the server-side rendering. So we're only going to do this in the browser. That's what I get from the Gatsby browser thing.
Gotcha.
That's yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
What's next?
And then
So,
I think now we're in the admin page.
Yep. Let's go to the admin page.
And then we need to import auth from our new Amplify.
And then I think we need to do a bunch of. So here I'm going to go back to the docs, and we're going to go to the libraries, the auth section. La la la. Oh, I could have grabbed it from here. Okay, so we need to do sign up, right?
Yes.
Is that what we do first? Yeah, I think we just do sign up first.
Yeah,
we'll just do.
good.
We're 4 things to do: sign up, confirm sign up, sign in, and sign out. So let's do sign up. So it's literally just auth.signout. Okay. And I'll just paste in the console log as well, just to see that sign up process.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, this looks like it makes sense. We have username, password. We don't actually have email. We don't have phone number. So we're just going to comment that out.
Yeah, we do have email.
Okay, cool.
And then the confirm. What's the confirm sign up? Is that when you get the auth code in the email, or? Yes.
So we need to say like, okay, we received this 2-factor authentication code, and then we'll pass it back to the service as well. So fortunately, it's just right here. So it's just right in the docs. I feel like a lot of this is going to be copy paste from docs. But I'm sure there's. That's good docs.
Ideal.
That's good docs. But I'm sure there's stuff that we're gonna have to tweak because I'm trying to not look at the answer. So yeah, that's confirming sign up. This is kind of like mirroring the flow, so it makes sense. The UI is custom made for this. In a different setup, I can foresee myself having to implement a lot of this more manually. Let's do sign in. Sign in.
Yes.
It's all the same. It's auth.sign in, auth.whatever, auth. Yeah.
It sounds easy enough. What does auth.sign in exactly do?
Signs you in.
Oh, so it signs you in, and then on the authentication object, it populates the current user or something?
Yeah. So under the hood, Amplify has like an eventing system. So basically you can subscribe to the auth events. So here we're just like notifying the Amplify library that hey, we've done the sign in, or actually we're gonna attempt the sign in, and if it's successful, it's gonna call the other callbacks as well. Cool. We can actually also implement a resend confirmation code thing. I don't think we actually have that implemented here, but you can imagine like a extra button like I didn't get the code, can you resend it again? So that's super nice. Okay, we are not actually using that. So and then let's do sign out, which is even easier. Sign out is always the easiest. I love signing out stuff. Sometimes I just like set user equals null and then that's sign out.
So we still need to now, I think it's as part of the sign in to figure out if they are an admin and then set the admin state.
Okay, where do I do that?
So I think it's in the sign in. So after we get the user.
Yep.
Where's the sign in?
So we get the is it in some sort of context?
No, it's in.
No, I don't remember this one.
See. So admin.
Let me check out the
sign in, right?
Okay. Oh, there you are. Yep.
So we got the user.
Oh, look at you coding.
Well, and now, I mean, I'm basically just copying from Nader.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
Yeah,
so
I see what you're saying. There's an is admin true here, and we need to
yes.
we need to actually check that, right? I'm just gonna let you code because this is cool. It's like the cursor is just moving across the screen.
Yeah, maybe you can explain. So the user object. Oh, I just wish we had TypeScript here.
I know.
Do we
This
know what the
library
shape?
is actually TypeScript enabled. Look at that. Can you see this?
Oh, I can see it on your end. I can't see. Oh, I think I have.
You just hover over it.
Yeah, I have hover disabled in my because the last recording I didn't use TypeScript, so I didn't want the hover.
All right. Well,
I probably can go to my preferences.
well. Anyway, this is not super useful because it gives a record of key, string, and string. So the user could be literally anything.
Anything. Okay. Okay.
It's a cognito user. I don't know what that means, but anyway. So let's see.
Sign in, promise any. Okay. But so apparently we can get an ID token payload. Is that correct?
I mean, I could just go into the code itself and check it out. Cognito user. It's a client. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is the full type signature of what we get back, I think.
And then get sign in user session. Sign in user session.
Does this make sense? Does it look right?
I think so.
It's just a bunch of getters and setters, I think.
Does it have a sign in user session? Yeah, it did, right?
Yeah. There's like 40 plus APIs on here. I remember this one. So
you can look at the get sign in user session. So maybe check out the Cognito user session. If you go back to the type definition.
Okay.
Maybe just dive into the Cognito user session.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Gotcha.
And then there we have the ID token. And then if you dive into Cognito ID token, does it have a payload, right? Oh, okay. Cool.
I think, is that, okay. So what's the plan from this?
So I think that payload is what we're getting here.
Wait, just by saying get, you can get it like that from destructuring. You don't have to call the method.
I mean, the method is just a getter setter, right?
Right, but I don't remember. Okay, so my classes are kind of rusty, but is this all you do to do a getter and setter?
I believe so.
Okay, let's see it work.
Yeah, I think that's the case, right?
If
you have a JavaScript class, then you
realize
the getter and the setter functions.
You know what? Okay, so here's my favorite way to test these things. I just go into the browser and I do like new class. Class store. So what are we saying here? We're saying if I say like get hammer.
Yeah.
And then I return string.
Yeah.
Return Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I say like var Thor equals new Thor, and if I say Thor dot get hammer.
Just hammer, no?
Thor dot hammer.
Thor dot hammer.
Let me.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Okay,
wait.
So maybe it's not.
Yeah, no, getters are something. Okay, class getters. Okay, this will be very is slight detour. ES6 because I'm very disturbed because I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I see. It's the get keyword. You have to say get.
Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay,
side tangent.
Latest. But yeah, maybe the type definition you just.
Oh. You think the underlying library implemented this?
Yeah, maybe let's look at the.
I have no idea how to find it. Here. Yes. I mean, this is how I do it. Do you have a better way of doing it?
No, I think that's.
I just go straight to the source.
Yeah.
See, found the source. Oh man. I'm too. You know, I used to have the browser thing.
Click on the extents.
I tried that, but it didn't work.
No, on the extents, that one. If you just click on that, no, double. No, the one after. Yeah, cognitive.
Nope.
No, it doesn't give you.
I think there's a special browser extension which I recently disabled for some reason. But I need to put that back. See, it just says get. Oh, here. Yeah. Okay, so it mirrors. Look. It puts it on constructor, right? And it puts it there, so you can access it, but it's not on the type. Yeah, it's not on the type def. That's what's going on. So when you look at the type def, you don't see it, but it's actually there. Okay, that's something I could probably file as feedback, because I'm not sure how to do this in TypeScript. I think you define like public class properties in here.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right. Anyway, side note, it works.
Nice excursion. Yeah.
Sorry. I like that kind of stuff. I always gonna go down rabbit holes.
Yeah. Can we see in the Amplify docs maybe what the payload looks like?
Yeah. So where I would go for this. So first of all, that's a very good question. Second of all, this is kind of the master docs of everything. And where's the Cognito stuff? Whoa. Where do I even go? I need search. But what's the API that we're using? Sign in, right?
Yes.
There we go. All right, there we go. Sign in. Cool. And then we're going to use
user, right?
We use sign in down in here. It doesn't give us anything.
Promise void. Wait, what?
Oh, does it not give us? Does it not? Oh no, hang on. This is the Amplify React library. It's a different library. So there's a bunch of different. There's the UI library, but we're going one level lower here.
So we are using just the Amplify AWS-Amplify, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. My problem is that there's so many. Oh, how about auth.signin? Oh, look at that. What's this?
Yes. So what does that return? That has a then, right? But does it return?
Sorry, are you looking at something? Because I'm not.
No, I was looking at that, and then can we see what sign-in returns?
That's a good question. I don't know right now. Let's look at off class. Do we have sign in here? Ooh, yes, I think I found it. Yeah, there we go. Promise Cognito user. Okay.
Okay, so it does return the user. Cool. And then can we step down into Cognito user?
Yeah. I mean, that's where we were at just now.
Yeah, but what we wanted to see is what the payload, right? The sign-in session payload.
Yeah, so it gives us this. So essentially, okay, so I think I have a strong sense of what we're doing here. So the Cognito user exposes some of these, right? So that's exactly what you're trying to do here. So let me show you the source code. Set sign in user session. This one.
I mean, we could probably also just console log the payload.
Yeah, I think this is just the types. We could. We're trying to do it right, but yeah, we totally could. Oh, I found it. There's the source code right here. So inside of the constructor, you're gonna be assigning all of this. So what you're actually getting is this one, sign in user session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is that's why it has like the get sign in user session. The because it just wraps this. They have the getter and the setter, right? So
Yeah.
you're just directly accessing this. Cool. Is that
Yeah,
enough?
and then it has an ID token payload, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Sorry. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so this is not properly type safe then. Right? Because actually we want to go here. Yeah,
the cognito token, that's what we want. Yes.
I see. So look, a payload is a string and with any.
With anything.
Right. So
but is it documented somewhere what the payload entails, or? I mean, it probably depends on your user groups and such or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just log it out. Let's just see what happens.
Let's do that. So let's do. Oh, I can't type. My microphone is just too in the way. Should we do this? Payload. Do we see that?
Yep. All right. Should I save it and then we'll rerun? Actually, we probably don't even have to rerun. We can just, we do have to rerun because I killed Gatsby.
Yes.
Is that it? Any other changes to make?
No, I think that should be it. When I saved though, it didn't. Did I type correctly? Console.
It doesn't show as save on my side. So maybe you don't have permissions to save, and I have to save it.
So it shows it's saved on my side. Can you try saving it?
Yep, it's saved.
But it didn't format it, did it?
No, I've turned off auto formatting on my end.
Gotcha.
Basically, because when I contribute to open source libraries, sometimes they don't have the same prettier settings as me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And if I save, then it reformats the whole file, and it's just super annoying.
Yeah.
So I just
I
realized I've come to terms, and I just like manually format whenever I really want it to format. So just earlier, I actually wanted to push this to the backend. I forgot to hit yes on that, so gotcha. We haven't done that. Anyway, so I think we can still do this. Actually, I think we have to push, and we have to wait for the push to be done. But let's just see. Let's just hope that we haven't killed our project.
We can't log in as an admin because we forgot to add our own email addresses, right? As the admin entitled ones.
Oh my god.
So right. I mean, we can send Nader a
Dabit
random
3
confirmation.
So he put his own real email there, and he says he just gets a lot of random confirmations from people.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Like, how about don't do that?
Yeah.
Oh, one service that I found that's really good for these demos is like 10-minute email.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's like a temporary email store that we can just do. Oh, look at that. So it just gives you a random email.
Nice.
We just do that. Well, 10 minutes may not be enough, but anyway.
And then when you want 10 minutes more, you have to pay, or?
No. You just
Yeah.
You just time extension.
That's
okay.
Awesome.
So we're gonna have to push that again. How about?
We have a question in the chat. Are you implementing the whole auth thing because you are doing something extra in the front end?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out myself. Are you implementing the whole?
I mean, yeah. So
the reason why we implement auth is because we want non-developers to be able to edit the inventory and add images and things like that. Is that the question?
Sounds like it. Yeah, I mean that's the whole reason we have a backend for the site is to enable like the store owners and whoever else works at the hypothetical company to actually manipulate all this without actually having developer access to the backend.
Okay, they followed up with you can use the HOC with Authenticator.
Yes, you can.
What does that mean?
So Amplify actually ships like a default. So instead of manually implementing all of this, we could actually just
like a drop-in
widget. Yeah. It's just that it's not as custom as this, right? It doesn't have the same look and feel, but you can get going a lot faster. And actually all the demos, all the workshops that we do, we just say like, use this HOC and now you have Auth. So everything that we just did, it's a little bit, it's automated for you.
Yeah, custom forms. Yeah, I think Nader really wanted to go, because the thing is he wanted to make it platform agnostic. And so if you use, I guess, the hosted component, it just is an AWS branded thing, or it only works with AWS, I guess, right?
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
yes,
you're right. That's why.
You're right. Yeah. So that means that, if you wanted to use this project for some other, where's the page? Yeah, if you wanted to use this project with some other backend, you can just swap out all these with some other off service and it'll be fine. You don't even have to use AWS. That's pretty smart. I like that.
Did we repush after we changed the email?
No, we just got done setting up the thing. Okay. So now it'll be a bit faster. So I think we just always how I check is I just run Amplify status. So I've added the new temporary email to this. And I think just repush. Whoa. Sorry. I think. Hang on. Let me just say. Add what we have. I don't know. I've changed this, right? I think I can just. I'm not sure if I can just repush it like that. I may have to tell it that I'm updating the function.
Does it not detect? It should detect that, right?
No, it's a shallow check. It doesn't actually check all this. So Amplify update API. See, I think what we're gonna do, Amplify update function.
Yeah.
So the API is like the public facing serverless functions. This is an internal one that hooks onto the Cognito service. Yep, that's the function that we want to update.
Cool.
No.
But is this just a function configuration, or does it?
Huh. That's not the one I want. No, that's the wrong file. I think this is the index file that splits out to all the other files. It's like a federated service.
Oh, okay.
Enter.
So just press enter.
Yeah. So now I've indicated that I updated it, so that update has been picked up.
Gotcha.
Honestly, that update probably could be a bit better. So that's a bit of feedback that I'm going to give to the devs. I have aliases for all these. So I have Amplify status, which is AS, and then Amplify push --y to like force confirmation is APY. So since we're not updating any auth and we're just updating the function, it should be faster. But yeah, the speed of this thing is basically it's basically redeploying all the services every time so that you don't have any state that could go wrong. Which is good and bad, right? Like it's good in the sense that you don't have extra random bugs from like leftover configurations, and then it's bad because it's slower. So I tend to try to multitask. Like, all right, I've done this. Now I can go do other stuff.
Nice. The chat is loving your shortcuts, so that's.
Cool. Oh yeah. So let's talk shortcuts. What do you have?
I actually don't really have shortcuts. I can't type and I don't have shortcuts. So
This is what I have in my ZSHRC. I use Z shell. So this is from when I use Heroku, git push Heroku master, git push origin. So if you have main or master branches as your default, this is a alias that'll actually push. We'll try main first, and if it errors, then we'll try master.
That's awesome.
So it's nice. And then if you have other branches, I have GPO. GCM I also do a lot. You could check out master. I probably need to change that to the native thing. Create React app, CRA. This one is a, a fun trick. This is how I do git logs. So the one with all the colors that I have, that's my git log.
Nice.
Let's see. And then I have a bunch of Python aliases, JavaScript aliases. Yeah, I use this a lot. Yarn start, and then the Amplify console, and then Python stuff. So Python doesn't really have like a good CLI culture. So essentially, I just like
P-yarn.
Yeah, PyYarn, which is install all requirements. And then like please export all the requirements to a requirements.txt. It's PyFreeze, stuff like that. Oh, make drive and cd into drive. That's a function.
Oh, nice.
This is a fun one. Yeah. Anyway, so
cool.
Let's see if I can quit out.
You probably should have a Notion with those, or like a GitHub repo or something.
I think it's in my public dot files.
Cool.
Yeah, so anyone can look up my dot files. It's like my new Mac setup. This is where I keep everything.
Nice.
I'm gonna post it in the chat. Oh, hey HHG. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Yes, try to get to the console.
No, I lost my 10-minute email. Did I lose my 10-minute? Oh no, that's still there. Oh, I was so worried. I lost my 10-minute email.
Oh, no.
Okay. So now if we start, I think we have everything, right?
I think so.
Oh shit.
Look at the logs.
So I already have this running. So that means I need to. Okay, this is a live project.
Open the console.
Yes. But we actually have to sign up with this email. So
yes.
Copy. Let's see. Just say Swix. No. And Swix. Sign up. Need any proper temp 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
Okay. Invalid password exception. Password not long enough. God damn it. So there's a bug in here that should not have let me go through
the errors.
Should not have let me go through the next page if it errored.
That's true.
So temp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I should probably use my password. Username exists. God.
Oh. Wait, how did that happen?
Because I already signed up before. Or
when we didn't have the auth?
Well, no, in my failed attempt.
Oh, that actually created the user.
I'm actually not sure. It could be my rehearsal try. It could be.
Oh yes.
It could be anything. Temp
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please no errors. Ooh, no errors. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So now I should get an email. So even though there was a password error, it actually sent me the verification code. This is the previous attempt, and this is the latest attempt. Something like that.
Let's look at there's a user log.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that first. What does it say?
User, cognito user. This is too big. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff.
Nice. We got
client. So I'm going to confirm the sign up.
User confirm false. Okay, cool.
Did I confirm the sign up? Okay, yeah, I did. So now I can log in again for web dev. Temp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, we logged in, and
Now
that's
we
the
got the
payload.
payload.
Oh,
And so that has Cognito. Does it have user groups?
no. You know why? There's a space in the email.
Oh no.
Oh my god, we should trim that. We should trim that space.
Oh no.
You see that?
Yes.
That's
No
so annoying.
admin for you.
Okay, sign out. All right, sign in again. Sign up again. Thor, and 6.
I'm surprised that people haven't spammed our email address yet.
Don't give people ideas.
Sorry.
Okay, so I need to strip emails. I mean, this is a validation issue for.
Maybe just copy from the file, then we can be sure our code file, then we know it will match.
I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Temp 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sign up. Right, it's good. I think I'm getting good at this.
Let's practice.
So
Inbox.
Wait, how come I don't have? Oh, 10 minutes expire. Oh, 5:10. There we go. This one.
Cool. All right.
Thor and 6.
Nice.
Okay.
3 times the charm.
Thor and 6. Temp 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right.
Do we get a payload?
External link. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much noise, Gatsby.
Do we have a payload?
I had it open too long, so now I don't know. How do I tell? Is there a way to strangle it?
Can you do Command F?
Payload.
Oh.
No, Alexa, stop.
Can you filter out warnings? Can we filter out warnings?
How do I do that? Oh.
Toggle off warnings.
Okay, that's payload.
But, okay, is that the right payload? No, that's the old payload.
That's the old one.
Error. Wait, there's an error. Sign in code. Look at that.
Incorrect username or password.
Oh, okay. We really should implement the error handling.
We have, we have a bug.
So how were we able to log in?
Because we automatically, once the promise resolves.
Oh.
And then to the next stage.
That's where we need to check things first. Okay.
You see this? Yeah. We actually should only put this in the success column. Yes. You know what? That's very easy to do. So let's just move this up. This up. Now we should implement some validation on the email on the sign up form as well, because we should strip some other stuff. Okay. And we should actually also toast the errors.
Yes.
Do we have a toast? Toast?
Do we have a good toast?
Okay.
All right, we already got toast.
I love toasting. Toasting is such a good UI.
Yeah. Is it not yet natively on the web platform?
I've seen it. I've seen it on some Google Talks, but I don't think it's live yet. It's one of those things where Google just builds it and then hopes that other companies.
Standardization is.
I know you have strong feelings.
No, I love it. It's just difficult.
Error confirming. In my earlier days, this is where I would have said we should extract this into a reusable function that does toasting and trying. Now I don't care. But at least now we have some toasting, right? That's good. Signing out.
That's good.
I think I did everything right. All right. So what do I do? I forgot to Already signed up? Okay, so Thor and Swix.
The email.
Have...
The email. Do we need to renew it, or are we good?
Nice. This is like it's like having a clock.
It's like a game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Okay.
Payload.
All right. All right. Do we have
admin?
We have
Cognito groups.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I can see how this is bad. This is hard to type because it's like an arbitrary payload. So we can't really help it. But we could document this for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So which file are we at?
So we're in the confirm sign in. Where are we? Sign in, and then instead of maybe, I mean, we can keep the console log. But so basically,
so that's the payload. I just copied it out for you.
Gotcha. So I mean, we can basically do this.
Oh, you already did. Okay.
I was waiting. Right? Cognito groups. Yeah.
But include admin. Is that the way to do it? Yep. Yep. That makes sense. Yeah. Smart. Sweet. Okay. So if yeah. All right.
Is that safe? Okay. Is that the right thing to do? I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. What's funny is that we can't really test it. I guess we can test it by signing up with a fake user. With like a different user.
Yeah, just with a different email, right?
Yeah. Do we care, or do we want to move on to other things?
I mean, let's check. Oh, we get the admin panel. Yeah, let's do one.
Okay. So let's do a fake email. So this one's the one I want to keep this around in case we need it again.
Do we need it again?
I'm gonna do a different session. Because this is the real one. This is the one. Start with UJ.
But that's already confirmed, right? So we're good, no?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, okay. All right. So let's sign up. So let's do like user 2 because I've run out of names. Let's actually give like a.
You could call it no admin.
Wait, test error. I want to see the toast.
Oh yes.
Space. Let's get
toasty.
gmail.com, and then let's see what happens with this. There's no toast. Did we reload? That should have errored, right?
If you open the console, did it error?
Good question. Okay, let's try it again. Should error space at gmail.com. Too short email. Error signing up. Oh, there we go. Object. So I need to say message in all the errors.
Error.message. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Plus error dot message. It just bothers me, like the toasting if it doesn't work well. So now. Oh, should I have to reload?
Yeah.
I think you have to manually reload. It's weird because it should auto reload. Should error.
Yeah.
Space at gmail.com. Then now it has the error. Member must have length greater than or equal to 6.
Nice.
That's nice. Okay. So now we can actually.
Let's use the email and do the confirmation and then sign in.
Okay. Password 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wow, that was fast. Is this right? Wow. Instant. User 2. Was it user 2?
Username. Shouldn't that be kept in state?
Yeah. I mean, that's a design issue. But we clearly have that information. I guess maybe if you want to navigate straight there, if like you request for confirmation and you close your window and then you get an email and then the email sends you to the confirm page, then it may not know. Actually, no.
Can you customize the Cognito email? I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So it's temp. Oh, it's like password Password. This is the hardest thing. I need to have a bank of like fake passwords.
I always just use just testing 123 and testing with a capital T. So you have the uppercase, lowercase, and
Okay. I just tried to sign in, and because I don't have the admin. It's not letting me sign in.
But does it show an error?
It doesn't show an error because we didn't tell it to show an error.
Yeah,
see.
Fair.
So we can just say like else.
We probably should say a toast. Sorry,
toast.
no admin privileges.
You are not admin. Get out.
Stay out. Stay out.
Get out. Oh, and then after I toast this, right, and then I say, and stay out. And stay out. Okay, let's see if that works.
Does it chain the toasts?
Is this a? No, I think it's synchronous. I don't know. I think it's synchronous
because the toast has like a timer, no? So
yeah,
does one toast just overwrite the? Oh, we'll see.
There's an undone callback. You see?
Okay.
See, done. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. I think if I reload, and if I say user 2, say sign in.
Already signed up. Yeah.
User 2, password 123. Form is also not accessible. If I hit enter, it should submit.
Yeah.
You are not admin. Get out and stay out. There you go.
Okay. At the same time, cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, we could check the Toastify API. That is Auth. I think we're done with Auth.
Yeah, that is Auth.
Cool.
Oh, did we do the sign out method?
We did.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. Thor and Six. Temp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah, it's just auth.signout. Fair.
So if I just hit sign out here, yeah, it's kind of cheating. Yeah, that's about it. We can actually host this. So I'm gonna, this is a very easy.
Oh yeah, let's do
Amplify
that.
add hosting.
And then maybe we can look at the console again and see what changed.
What do you mean?
The AWS console where we had like the authentication tab.
Oh yeah, that's already changed for sure. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't have a GitHub repo set up. That's why I can't set up the continuous deployment. I'm going to set up manual deployment. I'm just going to do APY. But yeah, we can do console. By console. Yes. So that should have changed. Do a bunch of these things. So now we have functions and authentication. The authentication that we added was Cognito. We don't really have a lot of visibility inside of here, but we can actually see that it sets up the underlying Cognito service. Mm-hmm. This is one thing I like about the Amplify proposition, which is it seriously. What region did it think I was in? JAMstack Ecommerce.
Something Singapore, no?
Yeah, it was like an undefined thing. It seriously sets up the default underlying thing. So if you ever want to leave Amplify, and then it sets up with like best practices, an AWS best practices set up already, right? So you can leave the confines of the CLI and then just go take over every part of this. That's what is appealing to me. So here's everything that we signed up. Nice. Here's the groups that we have, and then here's all the admins that we have, which is just one.
Nice, yeah.
Cool. So typically, like I've seen some tutorial videos where you have to like set this up manually, and it's quite a complicated back and forth process. But here, I think we did a pretty good job of.
Yeah, I mean, with the CLI, that was pretty convenient.
Yeah, and what I like about this is that I've seen people do some pretty crazy stuff with functions. So like. Here we just compared it against a whitelist or allow list, but you can also call out to the separate API, sync up permissions from like, oh, did they buy my course from some other platform, and then I'll let them in this platform by signing them as a tier 2, tier 3 customer or whatever. So there's a lot of custom like e-commerce logic that you can actually put in here.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, I think in most cases you probably would ping your database and check.
Right. So here inside of AWS, you can actually do like DynamoDB or anyway, inside of the AWS.
Maybe we can do that in the next episode when we do database, where we actually then write all the users to a database. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very doable. But yeah, that's the Cognito side, and then let's go back to the functions. So the functions, I think we only set up one. This is the Lambda that actually just runs.
We didn't have any logging for it. Did we log anything? No.
I mean, no console logs, but it does automatically set up CloudWatch, which is nice. So you have the ability to like set your usage alarms and stuff like that. Look at patterns. I don't think there's going to be much.
Question: are the products also created in Stripe? No. So for the time being, the products are all just static array in a JavaScript file. In the next episode, so same time next Monday next week, we are going to do the whole data persistence and move our inventory to which database are we using? Dynamo?
DynamoDB through AppSync. So AppSync is like the GraphQL layer on top of DynamoDB. Gotcha. DynamoDB is a key value storage database that is very, very scalable.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm going to try and so where's the? Hang on. I want to show the public endpoint so that people can log in as us and do nothing. Where's the hosting? I thought I did the hosting. Did I do hosting? Now I'm doubting myself.
I didn't pay attention.
Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, is it still building? No, I think it's.
Do you have to?
Did we deploy it already? I think we did, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, Amplify console domains. There we go. Do I have to push it?
Deployment.
Maybe I didn't build it yet.
What does APY do?
What do you mean? What does APY do? Oh, Amplify. I should probably type it out while I'm on the stream. That's Amplify push -- yes. Yeah, the hosting should be done. I don't know why it's not deploying here. I did everything. You're everywhere to me. It's not building because it cannot build. Maybe I need to build it locally. Because I only have the dev
build script and such when we did Amplify init.
Yes. So I'm not actually sure if it does the build for me. I've never actually had to worry about it. It just worked. So let's see. I mean, we definitely defined the build script. So remember when we did Amplify init, we said like, okay, what's the start script is npm run start. What's the build script is npm run build. So that's fine.
Oh, but start shouldn't be run develop, no?
Why not?
Serve. We need serve, no?
No. So serve just serves. It's just a static file server from the local system, whereas develop actually runs the Webpack itself.
So if we do Gatsby build and then
serve
Gatsby develop,
that would spin up two servers. So once the Gatsby develops dev server. Gatsby serve literally just spins up a static file server.
But for production, it should be Gatsby build and then Gatsby serve, right?
If you're running in a server environment, if you're running it from a CDN, then you just build.
You just build?
Yeah, because then
it's just static files. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's just static files. JAMstack.
But so when we did the Amplify configure, we had to specify a build script. Oh yeah, and we had to specify start script. No.
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
So let me show you in the docs. Where? I don't know where I am right now. It is Amplify. Where the fuck?
Yeah, so we specified a build command and a start command.
Correct.
But the start command is Gatsby develop.
So
is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. But the start command here inside the package JSON is alias to npm run develop anyway. Yeah. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just not sure why the Amplify. Why does it need the start command?
Oh, that's a good question. Why does it need the start command? Why does it need the start command? I don't know.
Okay.
That's something I can figure out for sure. I don't actually. Why did the docs just disappear on me? Anyway, I don't actually need it now. I need to figure out this hosting thing. Like I literally like Amplify update thing. Did something go wrong during the hosting? I actually didn't pay attention.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Configure settings says yes and mains. No. Oh, I see. They want me to go to the to Amplify console. Yeah, I don't know if we can. Maybe I just need to delete and redo this again, because I feel like something went wrong, because this doesn't happen.
Interesting.
You see, this is also unusual. Usually they have the environment URL here. Let me just delete it until I delete hosting. I remove hosting. Yes. Add hosting. Maybe I want the other thing. This is what
So what was it? The hosting bucket?
Right. So instead of using Amplify console, I'm using just CloudFront and S3. So Amplify console is a separate service that does like the Netlify like stuff, like the CI/CD from GitHub and all that. So here we're choosing not to do that, and we're just saying just set up an S3 bucket and put CloudFront in front of it for CD for CDN
stuff. What was the command for that?
Same, Amplify add hosting. You see there?
Okay.
It's always that's the idea of the categories thing. That's a big part of what Amplify's philosophy is.
Gotcha.
Is you think about what you're trying to do, then you type it in, and then it gives you the options that are available.
And then which one did we select?
So here we selected the second one. So previously we selected Amplify console, which is a standalone service, and then now we're saying we're not going to use the console because I just have a bunch of static files that I want to send up.
Gotcha.
And it's got nice configurations for redirects for errors and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The downside may be that we may have to run through this again. I don't know. I need to get better at this because I don't like. Yeah, I don't know what the error resolution steps are when things go wrong. Like I think this is my first time that this is happening. That
you've only had the happy path.
Well, the Amplify, the ad hosting thing just works. I don't know. I've never had to use this. I only use this because I saw this in another tutorial. But they're like functionally the same, except that I don't have CI/CD set up in this one.
Gotcha.
Which, you know, if you want a real production environment, you probably should have that. But yeah, here's the hosting endpoint. Custom error document. What is that?
Access to it.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Where do we build? We build here, right? So what happens if I say like /404.html? Yeah, I think I screwed something up, because this is I don't understand what's going on here. Well, I'm gonna try and do this again, but we don't have to stay on the stream, but we can. I can figure out what's going on here.
Oh,
offline.
Amplify publish, someone says in the chat. Is that it?
So?
Amplify
no,
publish?
I published. That's what's going on here. Amplify publish -- yes. So I'm going to try console again, just to see what's going on, because I'm a little bit disturbed by
Yes.
by
I can
the Slack.
answer some questions in the chat.
Yeah, are there any questions?
Yeah, there's, hey, are you posting this video after the stream? Yeah, I think it's just going to be on YouTube, right?
Yep. It's already up on YouTube. I think I can. Oh, hey David. Hey Kurt. I think we have a. Do we have the YouTube somewhere here?
Yeah, I mean it's just.
Oh, I can share the link here.
Yeah, it's just Swix TV, right?
Swix TV. There we go.
That's it.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but hopefully the second attempt will work. It says I usually do the hosting in the console directly, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, actually, so maybe I should just say youtube.com/c/SwixTV. I think basically if you get like
you don't need to see though.
You don't need to see?
No, you can just youtube.com/ yeah.
That's fancy. I think basically if you get over a number of subscribers, then you can just have a vanity URL like that. That's how I got it.
Yeah, I think it's 1,000. No, 100 subs.
I don't think I have 1,000. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been paying like that much attention to my YouTube. I probably should, just because YouTube is the second biggest search engine on earth.
It is, yeah.
And you see, what's disturbing to me here is that it doesn't tell me, like usually at this stage, it actually tells me what the URL is that it's set up for me. So it's like it's done deploying on Amplify console. It usually tells me the URL. So
Amplify hosting, no change.
Yeah, because it's already pushed up. So yeah, I feel like we're not about to resolve this. I feel like this is something that
can we see the build commands and stuff we put in? Did we do anything wrong there?
I mean,
like at the configure step? No, right?
I don't think we did anything wrong there. No.
But can we see what the configuration is in like the console or something?
Yeah, here. We just npm run build.
Wait, is build the distribution directory?
Oh, you think it's something else? Oh, it's public, isn't it?
Isn't it public?
You're right. Wow, good catch. Good catch. Now I don't know which command to run.
Push.
Hang on. No, like if I want to update the init.
Can you just say configure again? Or init? No, init. Can you say init update?
See if that works. I doubt it works. Yes. No, I've never had to do this. This is great. No, it's okay. So init did not work. It just reinitialized the environment. So what I'm going to try is configure, but I'm very scared of configure because
No, but configure is your...
That's your global AWS
Yeah.
setting.
Okay, what happens if we Google Amplify init update?
I'm gonna try. Okay, so yeah, that's what Amplify configure does. It's only meant for you to run once when you set up your account.
Yeah.
So okay, so this distribution directory should be public, right? So I change this, and then.
But is that the only place it needs to be changed? I mean,
very good question. As far as my search can tell, yeah.
Unless it has a different key somewhere else, but yeah.
Okay, so a update hosting maybe. I'm like guessing. So one of the long-standing feature requests is actually to do Amplify push force, like dash force. It says like, I know you don't detect any change, but I know that I've changed something. Just push stuff. So that's the idea. This is so weird. What? Where is it? Now it's.
Oh.
My deployment's being queued.
Oh. That sounds good. No.
I don't like to get my hopes up. I'm so scarred from.
But your deployment is being queued. What happens if you click on dev? Is that a link?
It's just like an empty page. I don't know if it's like. There's some error.
You can change that in the console too.
What?
Wait, but how do we change it?
There's some runtime error here. We're not going to get to the bottom of this one. I feel like basically we've discovered a bad edge case that we need to fix. But essentially, when we try to deploy a non-existent folder, it just does it, and then everything here assumes that there is a properly working deploy, and when there isn't one, this happens.
Could we just?
So what I should do is,
we can't re-init, can we?
No. Here's a really cheap way of doing this. This is how it works. We can re-init. We can re-init. Okay, so I think if something screws up this badly, one thing that we can do is delete the entire Amplify config. Right? I'm going to delete that whole folder that we set up. So now when I run Amplify status, it should be nothing. But
does it mean we lost our backend?
No, we did not, because we have it set up here. So what I'm trying to demonstrate, sort of disaster recovery. So you can actually go into the backend and say, go into here and say, all right, I want to recover my backend from the console. Let's say I changed machines, or I lost my laptop, whatever. I can just go onto that console, come in here, and say, okay, I have it cloned. I have the GitHub repo cloned, and then I can just say Amplify pull with this app ID and this environment name, and it's going to pull down all the configurations. So I think that's the way to do it.
Okay.
There's also a.
But then, did it now pull down with
the wrong configuration
with the build folder?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh! Look, public.
Yep.
Public.
Public.
Yes.
Sweet. No. Was that right?
Source public build start. Yeah, that should be it.
Okay, so yeah, we've recovered and we had the opportunity to change some of these configs. So essentially, I think this discovered another hole, which was we should be able to change our local config without deleting the whole thing and then repulling down again. So that's something that we need to address as well.
Found initialize. Oh,
what?
do we just do this?
Yes, it told me to run amplify pull to sync upstream changes, but then I ran it, and now it's giving me the same thing again.
Okay.
So that's another
public build start.
Yes.
Do you plan?
Oh, maybe okay. So it's just saying like we just did that. We just did that.
Okay, and so if you look at the diff of that file,
the diff of that file.
Yeah, the amplify config.
This one. This one.
Where we had the build distribution directory or something.
I think that
not checked in.
Yeah, I think that file is get ignored.
Okay, cool.
This one, it just says public.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Oh, no, it's not get ignored. It's changed, right?
Project config.json. Yeah, there it is.
Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, very good. That's good.
Sweet. Okay. So
is it now just push?
Like, so my problem is I cannot just push this because it doesn't just let me. It doesn't detect once it detects no change. And I need to what? A hosting delete. Yeah.
Can we just okay.
Wait. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to delete hosting.
We're just trying to push, no?
No, I told you I cannot push because it's there's no change detected, so it's not going to do anything.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is remove hosting. Oh god, I keep using the wrong word. Okay, this is gonna work. Famous last words, right?
But why do we have to add hosting? Because we removed it. Is that why?
Yeah, that's the only way I can bump the CLI state.
Gotcha.
At least right now. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this. This is like,
yeah, I mean a force push would be nice, right, or something.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a long-standing feature request for that.
Okay, cool.
Didn't I just remove the hosting?
Yes.
Okay, let's get this up online. Come on. 44.html. I don't know. I'm just trying my luck because the first time nothing happened. I think we need some more error checking basically. Like when just earlier when we tried to do this and the folder did not exist, it should have just warned us and just not done anything.
Although the folder wouldn't exist locally necessarily, right?
It should if I'm trying to do a manual deploy like that, because I would not have a CI/CD thing set up.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah. Whew. Sorry about this.
Crossed.
I need to be smoother at this. Like I don't think I have this nailed yet. I definitely don't.
I mean that's the whole point of the stream, no? We're learning.
I know, but like I want to, show like a good example. No, but I mean honestly, especially since this is recorded, like I can actually use this and go back and give feedback and stuff like that. So it's always pretty helpful.
Yeah.
We never had stuff like this in my previous jobs, so I think this is an improvement.
What do you mean, the live streams?
No, just like people were like people before this live stream, people were already saying like we're gonna use this to do product feedback. So that's pretty cool just to see that feedback loop coming in.
Nice. Yeah, I always like when someone just records themselves doing stuff with Stripe, and then we can just use that as product feedback. It's just so valuable watching someone else do it. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's going to get interesting the next time around, especially because we'll be able to add the database stuff, and I think we can just call out immediately to Stripe, no, to create the items like the whoever was saying.
Yeah, we don't actually need to create the products in Stripe.
You just want to
So
create charges.
we would have all our product and inventory data
Okay.
In our database, and then only once we need to make a payment, we actually create a payment intent in Stripe.
Oh man, this thing does not work. I don't know what this is. I've never actually used this function before. I was just like, I saw it on the video and it worked. So I was like doing like, this is the no console direct deploy to CloudFront workflow. So that's all I was trying to do. Let's see if this is still giving me issues. Yeah, still giving me issues, man. I don't know what this. What you trying to do? All right. I think this is kind of screwed up. I'll figure this out offline with internal experts.
And then we can, at the beginning of next week's stream, we can recap.
Yep.
Cool. So sorry guys, you just gotta all folks, you just gotta all join again next week.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, no, there are quite a few friends in the chat, and like they're just like kind of being sympathetic.
Yeah.
It like this kind of thing like works normally, and then when I'm on a stream it just doesn't. So it's kind of stupid, super annoying. Yeah, any closing comments, or are we gonna come back next time?
Yeah, no, I think it was cool. I know a lot more about Cognito now, and kind of with the sort of backend versus front end, the client, AWS Amplify client. Yeah, it's cool.
It would have been, yeah. I mean, we took some detours along the way. We found out about getters and setters in classes. You see, I knew it was wrong. You can't just like name a method like that and it just works. Yeah.
I mean, it only needed a space, right? Like I was almost right.
Yeah, I was almost right. It's almost right. Okay, so next time around, this time next week, we're going to be doing we're adding databases and adding like the full CRUD for the inventory, and then the other thing I was also supposed to talk about is that we Amplify are also doing a separate stream. That's me and my coworker Matt, who's used to be from Twitch, and we're gonna do it on the 26th of August. Nice. And I think there'll be more details coming, but we'll talk about it then. Sean Grove says, "What do you accomplish today? What you learned, and what the next stream would aspire to do?" I think we covered that. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I like we could have this would have been 5 minutes on like a custom built flow on something that's dedicated like Shopify. But I think when we started the stream, we talked about like why we want to do like the low level building block stuff so we can repurpose it for anything. And that's why like we didn't even use the authenticator component that Amplify provides, which would just be like a React higher order component. You just wrap around whatever you need to protect and just forces you to log in, and then it shows you the stuff. We wired up our own login logout stuff, and that's because the repo that we're using, the Gatsby template that we're using, is meant to be backend agnostic, so you don't even have to use AWS. So we had to do the wiring up separately. Yeah, that was about it. Cool. Well, I'm gonna end the broadcast, but we'll do this again next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys.
See y'all then.
We